Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. Behold the twink before you. Welcome. How's it going? Yes, I'm late. I know I'm late. Guys, this happened. You got to get used to it, okay? This is going to happen probably almost once a week or something. You know, I got other shit going on. I got shit going on, okay? But yeah, get on in here. We're doing a full week of Bubba related content. I've got something very fun planned for tomorrow. Okay, guys. So I'm telling you, tomorrow, Friday's show, we're going to have a fun Friday, freak off, Diddy style. Okay. So do not miss the show tomorrow. It's going to be Bubba related too. So all Bubba Army, get your asses over here. Get your sweet little asses over here. That hole is mine. Your little orifices are mine. All right, let me get to the chat. Oh, fuck. Natalie McClendon. I hope you didn't already leave. Sorry, you were here 7 o'clock. Jesus Christ. People came over here right after Scott Starbird's stream, I guess, or yeah. He ends at like 7, I think. Yeah. Natalie, thanks for coming over. I hope you're still here or came back or something. Stacy G was up in here. I know she already said she was going to bed. Sorry. Big E was up in here. I'm going to use past tense. Airplane Willie, Michael Earl, Adam Wiley, Scott Starbird, promo code Lummy. Let's get through here. I'm sure a lot of you already went to bed. Bob Cook is up in here. Love you, Bob. Truth is unbreakable. I love the truth. Rainey up in here selling houses. She better have not sold any houses in my chat while I wasn't in here. I need my cut, Rainey. Dutch Duke up in here. Dark Match Steve. Oh, that's me a minute ago. About to go live. All right. So, okay, now we're caught up then. Dutch Duke. Now I'm feeling slutty. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for hanging around. Sorry I'm late. There's Dark Match Steve again. Sorry I'm late. Ditto. DMS is pregnant? Jesus Christ. Get your mind out of the gutter. You guys think when I'm not on stream, I'm just always getting butt fucked or something? Come on. Dark Match Gene was up in here. Oh, Scott Starbird. Sir, what's up? Thanks for coming back in here. Adam Wiley. Rainey's still here. Oh, what's up? Thank you guys for hanging. Holyoke Joe. Holyoke Joe's up in here. Johnny Fradley. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. Oh, fuck. I'm baked, guys. I wasn't doing any butt fucking. I was puffing, but I wasn't puffing pickles. I was puffing the fucking ganja from the gas station, you know, the stuff they sell at the gas station. All right, guys, so let's get into this shit. I missed the Alex Stein segment, so you guys know if you've been paying attention in the stream, whatever. I got a new job. I got a job at a flower shop as a floral designer, and yeah, I have to be there by 9 o'clock. So Catastrophic, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining us. How's it going, dude, over on the Facebook? Yeah, I got a new job as a fucking floral designer. I'm back into the business. I haven't been working in floral for a while. I mean, just like here or there. I've filled in a couple times at this flower shop when other people, the other designers were sick and whatnot. And but yeah, now I'm part-time. I'm not full-time, but I actually get decent hours. I mean, the shop is relatively busy. But anyway, I have to be there at 9 o'clock. So a lot of the time, it's just if I'm listening to the show around 8:45 to 9 o'clock, it just distracts me too much. I have to stop listening by like 8:50 latest, just so I can focus and pack all my shit and get the fuck out of my house. But oh shit. I gotta turn some notifications off on my phone. My new iPhone is wigging out over here. Adam Wiley, I just saw that. Adam Wiley, thank you for all the support on Twitter. But anyway, yeah, dude. So what's Mike paying you? No, I'm not working at Tiger Lily. No. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I miss segments from Bubba's show a lot of the time. I watch every morning from when I get up pretty much to when I have to leave for work. And um yeah, so when he has Alex on, sometimes when I get to work, it's busy. I miss the show the last like hour and 15 minutes or whatever. So I did not see the Stein segment. I popped in for like a minute today, but then I got so busy I had to turn the phone off, or I had to turn the show off. I was listening on my phone. And yeah, so I need to catch up with that. We're gonna take a peek at that. But let's get into God damn, I'm baked. I'm about to I'm about to keep smoking, so get ready for that. You guys prepare for that. Smoke them if you got them. Oh! All right, let's find this. Oh, fuck, where did okay. I can save this on Twitter. So this is just to refresh everyone's memory. I know I've seen this before too. Okay, but just for the record, there's a possibility there's someone that stumbles across this fucking abomination of a live stream and doesn't know the full story with Alex. So we will pull up this video. This is the footage in. Oh fuck, hold on. I got to bring this up for you guys. You know how I have to prepare stuff on Twitter before I screen share, because you never know when there's going to be tits and dicks and phalloplasties popping up. Go look up that on Twitter. Go look up phalloplasty. All right. What are y'all looking at? Okay, let me go down here. So this is the event in question. Alex Stein went to exposing weirdo Judge Clay, is it Jenkins, something like that, for stealing women's panties. So I remember this fondly. This is a good one. This is one of Alex Stein's classics right here. So when was this? How long ago was this? I don't know. This has been a while ago. But he went to confront Judge Clay. That's the guy that actually did. So there's reports of him doing like a panty raid type of thing where they stole women's underwear from what was it, a dorm or something like that. I don't know. He'll refresh our memory here. I think he explains it a little bit, but yeah, the deal is he tried to ask and confront them about this, and they basically shut him up and told him to get the fuck out and had him escorted out. So this was what they went to court. I guess Alex was suing because they violated his was it just the freedom of speech that he's saying was violated, because he's supposed to be able to get 3 minutes, I believe, and they cut his ass right the fuck off. What was the other thing he brought up? Something about a pie, like something about pie. I remember the judge was on some like a group of people that you could hire them to go around and hit somebody in the face with pie for you if you wanted someone assassinated with pie.
All right, our last speaker is Mr. Alex Stein.
How you doing, Judge? My name's Alex Stein. They call me Primetime 99 Alex Stein, and I'm a Blaze TV contributor. And the handout here I have today, this is a D Magazine article about Clay Jenkins, and it says, in college at Baylor, Jenkins continued to distinguish himself dubiously. He was arrested twice, once for reckless driving after he led Baylor security and Waco police on a car chase he planned, and a second time for criminal trespassing in a woman's dorm room during a panty raid. Strangely enough, he was never arrested for his role as a famous Baylor hitman for a student-organized ring that offered to throw pies in people's faces, professors, ex-boyfriends. Yeah?
You're not allowed to admonish members of this court.
Yeah, and I'm just asking. I would like to get some clarification. On here it says, what I'm saying, this is talking about a panty raid. I'm not admonishing.
You're not allowed to attack members of this court.
I'm not attacking them.
Yes, you are.
I'm asking a simple question.
What's your question?
I'm asking you,
what is your question?
What was the panty raid about? My question is,
you're
what was the panty raid about? That is a very good question, Stein. What was it about? That's why we're listing all of these, really bad facts about this judge. We just want to know what it's about.
I'm not allowed to ask about his
criminal record. You're finished.
I'm not allowed to ask about his criminal record. I'm not allowed to ask about his criminal record.
You're finished. You're finished. Okay.
Look how when they're escorting him out, he's holding the paper up and he's like, he's already walking away. And he's like, I just wanted to ask about the panty raid. And the cop puts his hand down with the paper as if like, as if holding the paper up is like, I don't know, like it's a protest sign or something. Look at this. Look.
Finished.
I'm not allowed to ask about his criminal record. I'm not allowed to ask about his criminal record.
Look, keep an eye on this hand. It's like they don't cuff him. You'd think by what happens here, they cuff him next, but he just like makes him hold the paper down as if anyone can read what's on the paper. Look.
You're finished. You're finished. You're finished. Okay. Let me tell you something.
Put that down. We don't want anyone reading those lies.
Attacking us, that's beyond the pale.
God damn. Well, I think he should be allowed to speak, but my opinion is a little skewed here. Oh, what's up, Jeff Cron? What's up, bro? How's it going? No, I didn't get the Bubba Army Alpha. God damn it! How much is it? I guess I have money. I'll buy it. The Fat Pig. If you're pregnant, you shouldn't smoke. I'm not fucking pregnant. I have a camouflage Bubba Army hat. Oh. Right here. I just don't wear a lot of outfits that this goes with. Right here, family. And this is the digital what do they call it? I don't know. Oh wait, no, it's not. I forget what this one's called. But yeah, this is one of the camo ones. They may have another one that I don't have. I have another hat rack over here that you guys can't see. But there ain't one over there. Oh. Okay. Hopefully I don't roll over that with the chair. All right, can't move around too much. Digital camo. Yeah, that's not what it is though. I thought it was because I was fucking baked. I think I'm thinking of the other Bubba Army hat, but it's a gray digital camo one. I've worn that on here before. Anyway. All right, so let's look at I don't know if I want it. It's 9:47. let's see about. Well, I was gonna pull up. Alex Stein had his attorneys on his show. I wanted to watch some of that. His attorneys were on his show yesterday. So, if you, some of you, I'm sure most of, if you're in this chat right now live, you probably know. Was baked. Did I say was baked? I don't know. Yes, I'm baked. I'm not in denial about being baked, Kata. I don't know what do you want me to say. All right. So anyway, Alex Stein went to court. This was what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. I don't know. And was suing. I don't know how much they were going for, but he was suing for having his rights violated because they kicked him out. They cut him off. I think he has sued, right? Hasn't he won before suing some other city for kicking him out early? I know he did. I swear to God, I remember him talking about this. Does anybody remember for sure? And what the, I thought he said he got 10 or 20,000 or so. I forget something. Rainey saying yes, Kata saying I believe so. Yeah, I think I do remember that. I don't remember where. Somewhere in Texas, I believe. Or was it New York? I don't even. He's getting kicked out of these all these fucking places. I feel like every other video he gets kicked out. I know it's not that often, but we keep seeing these clips. All right, let me bring up his show from yesterday where he had his attorneys on. I told him in his chat, I don't think his attorneys were Jewish enough, and I mean that in a good way. I really do. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, free speech or tyranny? Alex Stein versus Judge Clay. We've got an ad for the boat show right now. I paused it so you guys can watch it with me. Hold on. You think I'm fucking playing?
Through the 30th at Armature Works. From fishing and pontoon to speed and luxury, there's a boat for everyone. Plus, shop outdoor gear and
I don't want to skip it, but they'll give us a second ad if I don't skip it.
accessories. Visit WFLA.com.
All right, let's go. Does he play the video?
Well, you could go back. You could choose that. Yeah. Are you over 18?
Yeah.
Okay, you could go back. So yeah, you do have a choice.
So you're
Boom.
telling me I should...
4 in a row. 4 in a row.
You're not at anything.
Yeah, I've dominated you this whole time, dude.
You
Look at those
haven't.
slides with
Your
socks.
idea of domination.
No, dude, we're not going to
is
do
nothing.
this, dude.
Okay,
I
you
can
wanna know
only
why I'm
imagine. Are you
slides?
on antidepressants?
No.
How many times have you been vaccinated, young man?
What?
How many times have you been vaccinated?
Like 3 because I've had COVID.
But did you have Moderna? You look like you have the Moderna.
You look like you had the Moderna. I'm too high for this.
Know the difference.
Just the way your forehead is kind of enlarged.
Hey, excuse me.
What are you doing? What are
Excuse
you
me?
doing? You want to
I'm-
come up here? Big booty
Excuse
Latinas
me.
are allowed.
I'm talking.
What do you find?
The way your forehead is something that's enough to fucking get my ass.
Say it in the mic. Say it in
Hey,
the mic.
excuse me.
At the end of the day, that you're trying to pull personal things and trying to pull roasts and stuff and trying to do clickbait. At the end of the day, when you don't have anything intellectual to say, anything that you've said at the end of the day, it's not intellectual whatsoever. You sound dumb. You sound ignorant. Everything that you've possibly
Tell me you don't get it without telling me you don't get it. This lady right here.
said has had no
Well, I don't want you deported. I know you're an illegal immigrant, but
American citizen.
well, let's see your green card. I don't.
Excuse me.
Come home, and I think you.
I have a
Yeah. Or do you have a,
Bitch don't know what she walked into. God damn, that's funny.
Great goddamn business.
It's none of your business.
well, it is if you hear.
Oh my God. Look at this.
illegally.
American citizen, so I have the right to come and speak to you. So for you to be able to even possibly try to bring in anything in regards to personal aspects, when in reality you're trying to debate about something like this, it shows ignorance.
wants. You have no right to other people's personal information. Why do you think you do?
You're in the debate dome.
That does not give you a right.
Yeah, when I'm the president in this dome, so yes,
That's why
I'm the president of the debate dome. So I'm sorry, but that's just a harsh reality.
know how to be a president.
Listen, if it's so good, go back to Ukraine. No, the BBL, come here and argue some more.
1994, U.S. and Ukraine. Look up the Budapest Memorial.
Wait, why do you
If
like
you're
Ukraine
not-
so much?
Don't listen to him.
Ukraine so much. Okay, yes.
Budapest.
Yeah.
Look it
5
up.
and 0. 5 and 0. 5 and 0.
Of Alliance for Security.
Oh, we gotta love this man. God bless Alex Stein. Why would I make time for you lames? I was on another tab and I just switched back and I see this. Oh, fuck.
Hi, and welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. My name is Nathan Beeman, and as you can see, Alex has lost the case of Alexander Stein versus the Dallas County.
I couldn't believe he lost this fucking case, guys. I couldn't believe it. When I saw the title of his video. What was it? Hold on a second. Free Speech or Tyranny, Alex Stein versus Judge Clay Jenkins conclusion. So, and I guess he meant it to be like that it doesn't say in the title whether he won or lost. I don't know if this is when they announced what happened but I missed the memo. I just assumed, guys, I mean, they cut him off from his 3 minutes, and I assumed he was just allowed to, I assumed he was allowed to kind of like, if you can just in some way relate, even if he wants to talk shit or bring up, dig up dirt on people's past and expose them, you have some way to tie it into the topics that, like, I guess when they go to these meetings, there's certain topics that they're supposed to talk about or something. I don't know. I don't do these fucking things. I complain on my stream. I don't go down to the government. That's how you end up on a list. This man is on a fucking list. But yeah, so we'll get into this because Bubba the Love Sponge, if anybody didn't know, he had one of his attorneys on his show today. He had Brian Matroni. It was today, right? Yeah. Alex Stein called into Bubba's show today, and Brian was on there, and they discussed some of the technicalities and the ins and outs of all this shit. But let's see what the fuck. He has his attorneys on here. I know this, so let's check this out and see what they say about the whole situation. Because when I clicked on this, that's what I was getting to. When I clicked on this, I assumed he won. I just assumed he won the case because I was like, this is open and shut. Like, they cut him off, and he's supposed to get his 3 minutes. He wasn't just sitting there saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck everyone in this room, fuck your mama, fuck your mama's mama. I could see where if obviously if you're using like fighting words, I could see you getting your time revoked, but I'm sure the rules are maybe a little bit more technical than that. We'll see.
County of Dallas. Gonna keep your mouth shut, aren't you, Alex?
No, I'm not. I'm sick and tired of this bull crap. And I don't want to cuss because we do have a rabbi on with us. Before I actually get mad, let me welcome, we saw Nathan Beeman, but let me welcome on my two attorneys.
Whoa. What was that? Was that a Roman salute?
No, I'm not. I'm sick and tired of this bull crap, and I don't want to cuss because we do have a rabbi on with us. Before I actually get mad, let me welcome. We saw Nathan Beeman, but let me welcome.
Whoa! Roman salute! He's pointing. I guess that doesn't count, but it was pretty close, guys. He went. Wait, could you all see my finger? Did not just do a Roman salute myself, unless you count this as Alex Stein doing it too. I just, I had my finger out, I promise.
On my two attorneys. I felt like I was in To Kill a Mockingbird, and I had Atticus Finch in the courtroom with me, defending me. And you guys both have your different Atticus Finch traits. So I want to welcome on Eden Quainton and my very good friend and attorney, John Gross. Fellows, welcome to the show.
Popeyes.
So as the audience just learned from my very good friend, Nathan. What? Oh, shoot. Yeah, sorry. I'm messing with my mic. Sorry. We had a very
Damn it, Jimmy.
bad day in court. But for me, even though we took the L, I feel like we took it in style. So I just want to say thank you to you guys, to Eden, to John, because there's not a lot of attorneys that would come out here and represent me, and you guys did, because you guys not only care about the First Amendment, but you guys care about doing the right thing. And that's the difference between you and the prosecuting attorneys that want to limit free speech. You guys actually respect the Constitution.
I just sped it up a little bit, guys. Nobody freak out, okay?
So, Eden, what is your, summary of the past 3 days?
Well, it was exhausting. Actually, I thought we were going to win. I'll be honest with you.
I did too.
And I said we had a zone of positivity, and unfortunately, your dad showed up. And
my dad. Okay, guys, we have to take this. And my dad, I think he's here somewhere, babe. Will you go find him? Literally, we would win this court case if it wasn't for my dad. And
it's definitely your dad.
It's my dad. He lost us a case.
He pierced the zone of positivity.
Negative vibrational energy.
Everybody had it. I had it. John had it. You had it. Your dad showed up, and it was just like it pierced it.
The jury felt it.
Well, no, everybody felt it. The universe felt it.
The universe did feel it.
Seriously,
these attorneys are blaming the universe and not their understanding of the law. Jeez.
Something happened, and the energy oozed out.
It did. It is my dad's fault. But John, I just want to say thank you, because this has been a 3-year process this whole entire time, and unfortunately, it sucks that this happened, but now we have to appeal it, and now this process is not over. I was hoping and praying for that closure, and that we could just go to sleep as victorious. And we were only asking for nominal damages, so it's not like we were trying to hit some sort of payday or anything like that. We were just trying to defend the First Amendment, which not only do I find very important, but obviously Eden and John do. So John, this has been a long process. You've had a lot of uphill battles when it comes to your experience in federal court with all the January 6ers you have faced. So what was kind of the difference? Like, how would you? I know this is a civil trial, so it was a little less intense, but how would you describe our case versus the typical January 6th case you handled?
Yeah, I mean, look, January 6th, there was 100% certainty that we would lose every case.
So you knew. I'm just saying.
There was no. We were there in court just to make the government fight for it and to get stuff onto the record for historical purposes. And
Alex Stein, why would you hire attorneys that fucking got January 6ers locked the fuck up? What the hell? You gotta be kidding me, dude.
But I mean, when I would go to the jury, I would just say to the jury, like, we know how you're voting.
Did you call this guy while you were fucking doing smelling salts or something? What the fuck's going on, man?
I had a juror in one of my cases who was on a previous January 6th jury.
How is that even possible?
I know. I mean,
wait, that sat and gave a verdict?
Happened. Yeah, that actually happened. I said to the judge, you can't allow this. And he's like, why not? I don't see why she can't be fair and impartial. She said she can. So those cases were ridiculous. Our judge in this case, conversely, was very fair. Sidney Fitzwater was extremely fair. And I believed that we were going to win. I really did. I thought that, I think at the end of the day, and I said this, I want to tell the audience this, that when I quit my job to fight this kind of stuff, I did January 6th, and then I made a list of people who were First Amendment warriors. You were at the top of it, and I called you up. It was in like 2022. It was I think in March or April of 2022. Okay. And I said, you're going to need a lawyer, and you said, yes, I will.
Yes.
And then
Alex Stein hired the Q Shaman's attorney. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
It was April, and then you were thrown out in May, like 4 weeks later, and we filed this lawsuit. So that's how we met, and it's really come full circle. It's been 3 years. We've been through a lot together. We have a lot of stuff going on, and I just I from the very beginning I knew, I think, that this was a Rorschach test. Yeah. That if we had this in Idaho, I think with a different jury from a different voting block, I think that it would have gone in our way. And I think that, you know, certain percentage of the population looks at a video like the one that was at issue here, and they just say, I don't want to live in a country where politicians have this unbridled discretion to throw people out. And then a certain part of the country says, I don't want to live in a country with Alex Stein. So, so, you know.
That is true. And this is the thing is, Eden, you are a genius. You speak 5 different.
Yeah, no, this is the problem. And this is why, and we're going to probably get into this a little bit more as we progress in this, but this is why, what is it called? Voir dire, jury selection. That's why that's very important for your attorneys to do a good job in weeding certain people out. And, you know, jury selection is important because it is like he said, some people will actually go in there and ignore the rule and spirit of the law, and instead, you know, rule with their fucking preferences or whatever. Some people are disgusted when they see a politician throw or you know, a government official politician who either throw around their power and just fucking shut somebody up. There's some people that are disgusted when they see that, even if technically it may be part of the rules of engaging in one of these meetings. But yeah, and then there's some people that don't give a fuck about that and think Alex Stein is a piece of shit, and they don't like his whole thing that he's doing, okay? And so they, you know, that's how some people will make their decisions. So jury selection is important.
Languages, you're Ivy League educated, and this is the only knock is that you're a very brilliant person, and every single person on that jury, I don't even think had a high school GED. So do you think that sometimes it hurts you that you're almost too smart when you're dealing with, you know, I guess people that aren't as educated and smart as you?
Well, thanks. I don't think intelligence had anything to do with it, to be honest. I think that politics had a lot.
Yeah, if it did, we would have won, though. If they were intelligent, we would have won. It is a good point.
I think, look, we had 7 women and 1 man. There were 6 black women, 1 white woman, and 1 white man. We could have had 7 women that I went to college with at Yale. They would have come out exactly the same way.
So you're saying you lost because you had all those black people stacked against you?
No, wait a minute. No, he's a very powerful attorney, Nate.
So you're like the fucking jury.
Yeah, oh my gosh, now we're all going to get canceled. No, but this is the thing with this jury is if we want to be honest, if I would have walked in there and I was a person of color, we would have won this case slam dunk.
It would never would have gone.
It never would have gone to trial. I mean, I'm not trying to be a victim, but it was hard. It's hard for a white male to come across as a victim, even if you see it on camera. You know what I mean? It was hard to sell. We had an uphill battle from the start, even though the evidence was clear on tape.
It wasn't just, candidly, it wasn't just that it was a white male.
A crazy white male?
It was a crazy white male.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that there was a certain percentage of the population, I agree with John, they just were not going to believe that you have a right to speak.
Alex Stein's a fucking king. God damn you. I mean, God bless you. Kata, DMS, we should do a collab on your show. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking message me or whatever somewhere. Yeah, you have an Instagram, right? Message me. Let's set it up. I barely know how to use fucking StreamYard, but it's pretty easy. I know however the fuck we'll figure it out. But yeah, man, fucking message me. I'm down. I'm definitely down. You know, I do it on sometimes when I'll have people call in, I do it through Instagram. Just have people call in through fucking Instagram. But I'm sure you know a better way that we can go through. I haven't used Zoom on here yet. Yeah, I barely know what I'm doing.
Speak. And that's why I took this case on, because I don't care who you are. I mean, I like you.
Yeah.
In fact, I like you a lot. I don't care who you are. I think you have a right to speak. And I thought that an average person of whatever background would get that. And I guess the cookie didn't crumble that way for us.
You overestimated the population.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, like Discord. Bro, Adam Wiley put this first. Oh, like Discord. It's a joke. Fucking Kata. I don't know how to use Discord. And Tim Pool, when he had Bubba on, Tim Pool did his after show on Rumble, and it was supposed to be a call-in show, which Holyoke Joe mentioned, and he was probably right that they had callers that were already stacked up. probably somewhat pre-selected, or they talked to it before, like, oh hey, what do you want to talk about, like they do for radio screening calls or whatever. That's probably true. But anyway, fucking yeah, and it was a complete bomb. I tried to set it up really quick, and then Discord sent me 2 different verification code things that I could use for a certain step in setting up my account. And then when I came to this other part to verify my email, and I put in my email, it said my email address does not exist. So I have no clue what the fuck I did, but yeah, it did not work out. So I don't know if I'll be able to do Discord, as embarrassing as that is.
And that's what I learned through the pandemic, that people are not very smart, including myself. I'm not saying that I'm Albert Einstein. I'm just saying in general, people don't want to read. People don't want to, I guess, look into things deeply. So I guess when it came to our jury, they didn't respect the First Amendment, or maybe they just didn't like me because I was crazy.
Yeah, we can do StreamYard. So I know it's oh, there's someone screaming outside. Yeah, we can do StreamYard. I know there's like I just got to send you a fucking link, an invite link, and it's like 2 steps. I know I'm being retarded. I'm too baked right now. We can do it through StreamYard. This is well, I'm having flashbacks because you know what? Shannon Burke at one point was interested in doing a show with me. I don't know if I said something that he interpreted as being anti-Trump or something, because you guys know I try to critique freely and fairly, regardless of which side of which end of the political spectrum we are observing or reviewing, debate, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I have no clue what he got mad about, but something Shannon Burke lost interest, and I don't want to. I guess I could message him again. I don't know if he's still interested, but I sent him the last message. He mentioned it first. He reposted my stream on Twitter, and then talked about us collabing. And yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. I could have shared something, I don't know, guys. The Kanye song, whatever, I'm sure I just sometimes you take a risk with art and spoken word and all that stuff, and whatever. Let's go.
White guy. So, John, what's next, though? How do we, what direction do we head next, in your opinion, John?
Oh, I'm too baked. Where I was going with that, I'm an idiot. The Shannon Burke thing. Shannon Burke, I told him to that I can do it through StreamYard. If he doesn't have to have StreamYard, right? I just send him the link, and as long as whoever I send this link to, as long as they have a fucking camera and a laptop, it'll put you through on my end, and I can broadcast it. But Shannon Burke was saying, no, let's do Zoom. Let's do Zoom. And I'm like, I've never used Zoom. So, but then I said, we can do whatever you want. And then he never replied back to me. So, yeah.
Well, we'll file a notice of appeal, which just tells the court that we intend to appeal. And then we'll see what grounds we have for appeal. We have to review the record. We have to review a lot of things and figure out what our strategy will be. So we can reserve that right. So we'll do that immediately.
So that'll just give us the ability, once we come up with an argument, to submit that. So, guys, the fight is not over, but man, Eden, after this.
These attorneys and their assistants should be scouring through the internet in search of the jury's social media and stuff, and check when the, I'm assuming I don't know what questions they asked them in voir dire in the jury selection. So in jury selection, you're supposed to ask the potential jury, you've got a bunch of different candidates, a pool of people to pick from for the jury for this. And the attorneys are supposed to ask them a bunch of different questions to try to make it to where the people are impartial and will just score it fairly. And if they asked them, they could have asked these people questions about their political affiliations and stuff like that. And if the attorneys can go back and find, or their assistants, if the attorneys or their assistants can go back through their social media and find some proof that the jury, one of or several members of the jury, lied in for Dyer. Like, say they ask them a question like, do you have strong political beliefs leaning left or right? And they say no. And then you go on their fucking page and it's like they've got the Ukraine flag, Black Lives Matter flag, and they're like reposting, encouraging people to go to protest anti-Trump. You know, it's like you could maybe, I don't know, it sounds like something you could work with. If there's something along those lines, maybe get an appeal. I don't know by what other means.
I mean, it's just such.
Bubba's attorney breaks a little of this down. We'll get to that eventually, guys. I know we're going to be on here a little bit late, but fuck it.
I'm an emotional roller coaster. You've been cool like a cucumber. How do you handle this? I mean, I know that this wasn't a criminal case, so it's not, I guess the stakes aren't necessarily as high because nobody's facing jail time, but I felt like I was going to vomit before the jury came out.
Listen, Alex, I thought we had the better case.
Mhm.
I thought we had the better legal team.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not saying that with sort of false modesty or false pride or whatever. I really think we had the better team. But at the end of the day, I think we just could not convince this particular group of people that you had a right to speak.
You're
I
right.
think they believe, seeing other videos, that you just don't have a right to do the kind of stunts that you do.
I think you're right.
That's what they think.
I think so.
And
What I'm hearing is that you guys lost.
Yes, we lost, Nate.
So obviously, I guess the government's always right? That's the point, right?
The government, well, I just want to say that you started with Atticus Finch. Atticus Finch, if you read To Kill a Mockingbird, you lost.
You need to read To
You
Kill
need
a
to read a book.
Mockingbird. You need to go read To Kill. Nate's not seen The Big Lebowski. He didn't read To Kill a Mockingbird, which is required reading in every school in the country, I think.
Not anymore. It's the N word.
Oh, they took it off the required reading list? That was my
Kids in
favorite.
my middle school said the N word and they didn't take him out.
I know. And that was
Nate hasn't even hit puberty yet.
my favorite paragraph in the whole book. It's
He's got plenty of time to read Kill a Mockingbird.
a lot about racial sensitivities or racial sensitivities.
But I want to say that, I'm Alex Stein's lawyer, so it's no surprise that I would take a case like this. But Eden is a
Respectable
very accomplished,
man. Yes, a very accomplished.
Quentin Law, very high-end law firm that typically doesn't do these kinds of things as their bread and butter. But Eden came on with me for a few January 6 cases, and he came on this case. Even though he knew, as I did, that there was a great possibility that not only with this case it could lose, but also that even if we won, there wasn't going to be a lot of money at the end of the rainbow for the two of us. But a lot of people, they wouldn't take this case not only because it was money, but also because they don't want an L on their record.
Yeah.
And I think that's, the real fights are the ones that we fight that we know we're going to lose, but we're going to make the government fight for it.
I agree. And this, I kept saying this, and I think the jury probably thought I was virtue signaling, but guys, free speech is literally under attack. So I didn't go to court with these great attorneys in order to just protect my right to speak. I was trying to protect everybody's right to speak freely. But unfortunately, we learned that in the county commissioner's court, that Clay Jenkins, even if he had a past arrest that was 40 years ago, and it is pertinent to a current election that was going on, they can still limit our ability to criticize publicly elected officials. So that's not the world I want to live in. And now that I've been a victim of it, I hope that we can actually spread some awareness. But one big victory for me, this is a personal victory, is now the Dallas Morning News and all these people are now going to look into what was said in that court case. And now Clay Jenkins is going to have some people looking for the skeletons in his closet. And I think there are some skeletons. So
Hey, you know what? There you go, Alex Stein. You still win. You still win a little bit. I mean, and for what it's worth, that I'm sure this is, I don't know if he's exactly saying that. I mean, I don't know if he would think either way the case would get publicity or if he's pretty much saying what I'm about to say. But the fact that he lost the case, I think, is more publicity for the case, right? Because there's probably a lot more lefty and or center news stations and shit like that and media outlets that would, celebrate the fact that he lost. There are probably more of them celebrating that he lost than what would be right-wing, conservative-leaning shows and media outlets that would celebrate him winning the case. So yeah, that's funny. There's more eyes on it now, probably because he lost. More people know about the panty raid.
So, Ian, what do you think about Clay Jenkins and John Wiley Price? Not on the witness stand, but what do you think? Do you think they actually respect the First Amendment?
I don't.
I don't either.
I actually don't think they respect the First Amendment. I think it's very result-driven. And again, Wiley Price did not think you had a right to speak. His mind was made up. You came on, and we played this for the jury, over and over again, and they just did not get it. But you came on and you showed an article, and all you said was, I want to know more about what this article is about. And he said, you're done. You're finished. You're finished. He said that you're finished. Marshals, get him out of here. That was it. Now, that was a winnable case. It really was, because that's not, as John said, that's not the country we want to live in. But for a certain segment of the population, Alex Stein, or the Alex Steins of the world, as they, perceive them in a kind of a false perception of reality, don't have the right to speak. And it was right, they think, to silence you.
And I'm going to have to leave in a minute to catch my flight, but I want to say that one of the arguments they kept making was there's a time and place. So he can go to the park and nobody's there and yell at the trees about Clay Jenkins, but he can't come to the commissioner's court.
That was their argument, literally. They're like, oh, Alex Stein in a park can say whatever he wants, but if he wants to talk to the county commissioner, he can't say whatever.
So one of the things that I've been looking into challenging, I almost had a good case to do this, was these free speech zones, where at a federal park or something like that, they'll have a place that's called, or at a place where there's a rally going on, they'll have a free speech zone that's in the middle of nowhere that nobody can see you. So they say, oh yeah, you can protest all you want in that area. And those free speech zones, they're basically made so that you cannot have free speech.
Exactly. Okay, but real quick, because John has to go. And John, we spent 3 days together. I'll be seeing you soon. I mean this. I love you like a brother. But real quick, before you go, can you pull up my computer real quick? John, I need to get your honest opinion. Now, this is the conspiracy, and I hope this doesn't get Eden in any trouble. There's a rumor going around that the Pope will be pronounced dead on March 13th, which is tomorrow, John. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about the Pope dying?
Yes, as a Jewish man. Are you happy, sad? How does that?
He wears a yarmulke like me.
Does he?
So I feel, yeah, of course. Put up the picture again. He's wearing a yarmulke.
Oh, he is wearing a yarmulke.
Yeah, he wears a yarmulke, so I feel a kinship with him, I think. So you're
going to be sad. Look at the conspiracy real quick. March 13th was the day when Francis became the Pope, and it might be...
He didn't get announced dead today, did he?
Be his last day as Pope as well. The papacy. Jimmy, how do you pronounce that? Papacy. And now there is a concept of the integral age, where it was believed that prophets and other holy men died on the same day they were born, or according to some accounts, the day they were conceived. So there also happens to be a blood moon on the night of March 13th. The Bible mentions the blood moon as a sign of the end times. Some people also believe the blood moon is a sign of bad luck. So do you think tomorrow we're going to find out?
What do you get when Zaxby's, an iconic chicken joint, applies this delicious crispy seasoning to shrimp?
The Pope is gone.
Yeah, I think it's Beware the Ides of March, right? The 15th is the day that is usually for the killings. So
this is why we asked the Jewish guys. Jewish guys know more about the Bible than Christians, right?
Yeah. Well, that's Shakespeare, actually.
Oh.
Even as a Jewish guy, but I want to know how you feel about this, the Pope's death as a litigator.
As a litigator?
Yeah.
Well, if the family wants to hire us for wrongful death, then they know where to find us.
They got a great one. No, so Eden, you speak 5 different languages. How the hell did you? Oh, are you getting out of here, John? Oh my God, you gotta go, John. Give me a hug, brother. Oh my God, you did such a great job. I'll see you soon. I love this man. Everybody go follow John Gross. He's a great,
very nice to meet
great
you.
guy.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, no, you can get on there. All right. And try not to hurt Eden. Now, Eden, I really want to tell you how much I appreciate you, because I haven't been able to formally tell you that it was an honor and a privilege to even get to do this with you. And I know we didn't get the result we wanted, but I have no doubt in my mind that had anything to do with your performance.
Well, thanks. It was an honor and privilege to work with you. And by the way, I think there are a number of athletes, I can't think them off the top of my head, who started out with some defeats.
Yes.
But, hey, turn it around and got a winning record.
That is true. And that's another thing is, and I do believe this in life. You kind of have to be successful, to truly be successful in life. You have to have some failure, and you can't just automatically be successful from the start, because in theory, I don't think you would be ready for that success unless you face some sort of hardship or failure. So I think that this is just part of the journey of where we want to go. So Eden, you got another big case. I know you can't talk about all your cases, but you're obviously going to Houston to handle that. When it comes to cases, though, what is like one of the craziest cases that comes to mind that you litigated that you still kind of feel sick in your stomach about? Because I feel sick about this, not you, but I'm still a little like, gosh, I'm still a little nauseous for a weird way.
Well, so I thought you were going to ask how I got to know Jonathan, and that goes to your question about.
That's because you're eating too many vegetables, Alex. You need some meats. This guy's a vegetarian.
A crazy case, and
that's why your stomach's messed up.
The two are connected. So a mutual friend of ours was involved in the Seth Rich litigation.
Yeah, that was huge. Oh, yes, I know that. And Seth Rich was a DNC staffer who worked for Bernie Sanders, who died under, kind of weird circumstances. He was robbed in Washington, D.C., but he still had his phone and his Rolex, I believe, which is unusual for a robbery.
Very unusual for a robbery. And I was really interested in the whole Seth Rich situation, speaking Russian and being subjected like the rest of the country to the whole Russia hoax. I was just interested in the Seth Rich angle.
Yeah.
Was there something there? I thought that was a legitimate story, and it became something you couldn't even talk about. And eventually this mutual friend was defending somebody in the Seth Rich space who had been just talking about the Seth Rich story. He was accused of defamation. And so I got involved in that case. And
but who was he guilty of defaming, or who was accused of defaming?
So my client, actually a guy named Ed Butowski, who's also from Texas, was the Texas financier, and he had been talking about Seth Rich and his brother Aaron Rich.
Trying to expose the truth about what happened. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And not saying anything defamatory.
Not saying anything defamatory, but there's a lot of unanswered questions.
A lot of unanswered questions. There's kind of a bar in D.C. that takes on cases sort of pro bono, supposedly pro bono, very high end. These are $2,000 an hour lawyers, and they take on these cases pro bono, basically for the Democratic establishment. And maybe it's pro bono technically, but it's a huge.
They're paid by what, like some NGO,
Well, they get client referrals. I think is how it really works. It brings in great business for the firms that they work for. So we had that firm up that we were going up against, and the feeling I have in the pit of my stomach, it was a great case, very interesting. I mean, the whole ins and outs of the Seth Rich case. But you asked something that's this feeling in the pit of my stomach. We wound up settling that case, and I actually wanted to push it to trial, but we wound up settling just before Trump, quote unquote, lost in 2020, and the handwriting was on the wall that was going to go down. And I realized that if he did lose, we were going to get. This was in D.C.
Yeah, he was going to get.
We were going to get destroyed in front of a jury. Just destroyed. So he had an insurance policy, and we decided to settle the case.
Wow, and you're still sick about it. But I talked about it on Stan. I don't know if this hurt me, but Nate, when they asked me, Eden asked me, he said, "What kind of podcast do you have?" And I said, My first podcast was called The Conspiracy Castle, and all of a sudden the jury kind of looks at me side-eye, like, Conspiracy Castle.
Yeah.
And then they were like, what kind of conspiracies are you interested in? And first thing I was like, well, this one might appeal to the African Americans. I was like, I believe Michael Jackson was innocent. He was investigated by the FBI for 19 years. They never found him guilty of anything. So do you think that hurt my case, Nathan, knowing what you know, that I immediately came out the gate defending a
pedophile? Just coming out the gate, so sympathizing with a pedophile probably didn't
Oh, fuck. That's funny.
especially against all those black people on your jury,
Yeah, now looking back, you're probably right. And I was like, Michael Jackson's not a pedophile, but they probably think he's a pedophile, right? And they probably thought Michael Jackson is a kid toucher.
Probably, yeah.
Gosh almighty, I should not have defended Michael Jackson, but I still defend Michael Jackson. I will defend. Here's the thing. You know what? We might have lost this case. I wish we could have recorded that, because if I could have sent my testimony to the Jackson estate, we probably got a free house, or so, they would have let us go into Neverland for free.
That old playground equipment they just have sitting around now.
You can ride it. So if you hook it up to power, they have a little roller coaster. Nate, have you ever been? You've been in some sort of legal troubles. We don't have to get into it, but I'm saying, have you ever been a victim of the law yourself? Like, ever been unfairly prosecuted? Do you feel like?
I mean, unfairly prosecuted is one word. I did something. It was against the law. I faced the consequences of it. Was I put in certain situations where there were pressures that kind of led me to make that decision? Yes. Were they social? Yes. Was it something that it is justified and defined by the law and how we're going with it?
Yeah, but oh my gosh, you sound institutionalized. You sound like one of my jurors. Fuck the law. I hate laws. I know, and I know there's probably jurors watching this, but I'm not saying we shouldn't live in a system with rules that we should have. But it's like the system is designed to work against us and not work for us. And that was the biggest takeaway that I had from this meeting, is that when you go to these public meetings and a public official wants to limit your free speech, that is just a clear dictionary definition of politicians working against the American people instead of for the American people. So do you think that, at least I learned a big lesson from this, but Eden, I want to ask you, do you think John Wiley Price and Clay Jenkins learned anything from this experience?
Your guide to taking the perfect shot. First, you need to dress for success and make sure you bring
that they can get away with it.
They're not really talking about, they're not really laying out what I would say is like the steel man arguments for the opposition. Okay, the attorneys for the state or for the judge or whatever the fuck, the other side. I wonder what exactly they argued, because they, if these guys would lay it out for us, maybe we could make sense as to why the fucking jury decided whatever. I mean, Alex has made a few comments on what the other side has said, and that the other attorney got really frustrated with Alex at one point. But yeah, man, I don't know. I wonder if there is some technicality within, like, there's the rules for engaging in one of these meetings that Alex violated.
So you think they'll be more emboldened to censor?
I think they will. I think John Wiley Price's conduct was over the line.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, just shutting somebody down without even giving them a chance to begin to express their point of view is not consistent with the First Amendment.
Truth, do you think the jury was paid off? Why am I'm having connection problems again now? Fucking bullshit. Fuck you, Spectrum. Fuck you. All right, let me close some of these tabs.
Forum, limited public forum, open public forum. What, it's not consistent, but the jury said it was, and so he's going to be kind of power drunk, I think.
Yeah, he was drunk on something. Now, I mean, Nathan, we just took a tough loss, and I know you have had a tough life. I've had a tough life. I don't know what I'm going to do. And so, Nathan, can you say something that will help me get through this? Like, what do you do when you're down and out?
Just keep your head down and hope nobody sticks it where it shouldn't be. I don't know. Just stay strong, Alex. We're all victims of this gut. And I don't disagree with what you said earlier. I think we should burn this mother down.
We should burn this mother down. Dad, come here real quick. You don't have a mic. Hurry. Hurry, just real quick. Just sit down because you don't have a mic. Okay, Dad, I just want to say, me and Eden have something very important we want to say to you. We were talking before we started the show, and we were coming up, we were hypothesizing why we lost this case. And we figured out it was 100% your negativity. And we didn't lose today. Can you just admit that it is your fault that we lost this case?
I had a lot of negativity. I thought that the odds were against us because of the political makeup of the jury. The deck was stacked. No, not that.
Women.
The deck was stacked against us in Dallas County for two political figures that.
Why is he dressed as Bill Murray from fucking Caddyshack?
Overwhelmingly won, and they had a lot of voters, and some of those people could have been voters of theirs. It was just a bad deal.
Well, I mean, Alex, remind me your father's name, please.
Rhett.
Rhett, please. It's nice to see you again, Rhett. It's now he may be the reason that you lost the case, right? Your father may have made you lose the
He
case.
is, and he dropped me as a baby. That's why I have water on my brain, and that's oftentimes why I act out and have behavioral issues. But go ahead.
Alex, both of those things are a fact, but at least your dad is a man who makes things happen.
Yeah, he does. He does make things happen.
Rhett gets things done.
Yeah, he does.
That's what we need in these spaces.
He hustles and grinds. So, Eden, can you tell my dad, as my current attorney, and we might not see each other for a little bit, can you tell him in an official court matter that if he does not calm down, I'm going to sue him? Will you tell him that?
I will, Rhett, I've got to say that I had this zone of positivity that I worked very hard to build up. And I was building that up and carrying that. I think you saw me, in fact,
Absolutely.
for 3 days. It was unpierceable. It was impregnable, if that's the right word. You couldn't get through it. And you showed up, and all these cracks started emerging. It was remarkable. I mean, the prosecutor, the opposing counsel couldn't do it. The judge couldn't do it. Something about Rhett, you pierced it.
Well, sometimes it's hard to face your reality and hear the reality when you're in a zone meditating out, and the facts of the facts, y'all just had a.
Yeah, but real quick,
I will say this. I've been around courts for 50 years, and this is one of the best attorneys that I've ever seen, without question. And John did a great job, but this man is as good as they get. You could not have a better attorney ever, in my opinion. He's absolutely excellent.
And I mean that. Like I said, the only complaint I have with Eden is the only complaint is that you're too smart. I'm just saying that the jury didn't understand, and I think you dumbed it down. I'm not saying that.
Alex, I don't think so. I think he did it.
No, I do. I'm just saying he was just so
the
smart.
jury makeup was just so
Well, there's one time where he used the word germane, and I know what that means. But do you think the jury knows something that is germane to something, and germane means related to, or it's important to? Germane is a word that it describes germane better, but it means something that's very important to something.
To the point,
You were very fortunate the counsel that you had, John. John's excellent. John
Jermaine was the name of one of the jurors, I think.
Fighter. He cares.
Yes,
about you.
no,
He's your
we
friend.
know that. We know that. You lost us a case. It's not them.
Yeah, but what we're
It's
saying,
your fault.
Eden was just too smart for a jury fool.
I already said that joke in Alex Stein's chat when I saw this segment. I popped in about here, I think, right before the other attorney left. Yeah, because I saw the other attorney leave.
Of women and black people, and
I think he was.
I think he related to.
I distance myself completely from this.
No, I know. So he disagrees. So
I totally disagree with that, by the way.
Okay, he disagrees.
I think very, very high IQ people could have come out exactly the same way.
That's true.
It's highly political.
I don't
really do.
disagree with you.
I went to Yale, and I can guarantee you that there's 7 women that I would have gone to college with who could have been on that jury. I could have made the exact same arguments to them with the exact same emotional appeal, the exact same intellectual appeal. They would have come out the exact same way because they just don't like Alex Stein. And that's not the way it should be. That's why I took on this case.
No question, he's the least sympathetic person in that.
Oh, you did a great job. No.
Promo code lover. Damn, hun, you're on late. Yeah, I know. We started late. I had stuff to do before the stream, so I scheduled it for like 9:15.
I'm gonna disagree with you again. The zone of negativity here. He did a great job. He came on a little bit, let's say, had a hard time reading.
I was a little hot in the beginning. I came in a little hot.
I thought he recovered very well.
He was excellent. I mean, the second half of Alex's testimony was great.
But I think they didn't see the real Alex because they saw those films that didn't really characterize.
Well, that's
who
true.
he-
Yeah. They did character assassination, people. If you're watching this,
It was character assassination. And I told the jury, I said, they're going to do character assassination on Alex Stein. Watch out for that. That's exactly what they did. And it was over the line, over the top. At one point, I've never seen this in a court. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never seen this. The opposing counsel started yelling at Alex. He lost his cool completely. He starts yelling at you, Alex. And I don't know if Alex was hamming it up or not, but it was a moment in the courtroom. And Alex said, I'm having a heart attack.
I'm having a heart issue, which I kind of was.
I had to go up to the judge and say, Judge, it was a panic attack.
A panic attack because I've been around him a long time.
Well, I wanted to yell back. And so I was kind of like,
I wanted to stop the whole thing because that was. So I said,
5 minutes was the best thing.
So I asked for an adjournment. We got the adjournment, and then you came back, and you were excellent after that. You were excellent.
Yeah, because I'd raised all my adrenaline, so I kind of had that whatever that post adrenaline.
You got under that guy's skin. Something you said, I don't know what it was, but that
He had adrenochrome running through his veins.
not just acting. I mean, he was just triggered by you. And I don't even know what you said.
So Eden, it was when he said it's funny because we sued Plano and they actually settled.
Oh,
That's
we
what
settled,
triggered
right?
it.
Yeah.
You said we settled, and that threw him over the top.
Yeah, I was adding some stuff. I was just trying to be a little loquacious on the witness stand, but it didn't work. But Eden, you did a great job. I did a great job. Dad, you told me that I was gonna be held in contempt and arrested. So it's probably your fault. Will you take the blame?
I'm not going to take the blame.
No, take the blame. I have to take the blame.
I was just glad I was there to support you, and you came out okay. And this is going to be a hopeful, a wonderful learning experience. We're going to look in the front windshield and not the rearview mirror, and learn from this. To learn, you have to pick your places and pick your fights. And
You advocated for cameras in the courtroom, and I think that's another cause I would fight for, because if we had cameras in that courtroom, the kind of attacks that you were facing would not have happened.
Oh, I agree.
That guy would not have felt emboldened to jump down your throat like that and humiliate you in front of the jury. I mean, I thought that was going to backfire. I thought in any other context.
No, they believed him, and he humiliated me. He said that Alex Stein is famous on social media, and then he goes into social media. Isn't social media so toxic? And then he basically insinuated that isn't it so terrible that people like Mr. Stein can use social media to
wipe that smirk off your face.
Yeah, you just wipe that smirk off your face. And I would have thought that some of those women on the damn, on the damn jury would have liked social media. I know they all had social media accounts. So when he started bashing the fact that I'm well known on social media, I thought that would help us, but it did not. So Nate, you as the resident child on the show, what do you think about us older people kind of yelling at each other? What is your impression of what happened today?
I mean, I love yelling. I think it's probably, it's a fact. I think, well, my personal journey with it is the moment I open my mouth or raise my voice, I know that I've lost. But for you guys, I know you lost, and that's okay. You know,
It's not okay. It's not okay.
It's okay. Again, like what your dad said, he said you're going to look in the front window and not look back. I have a question for you, Eden. I keep hearing that Ray's. We've established that Ray's negative, but I keep hearing
right. No, it's fine. Right. No, it's okay. Don't cuss. Don't cuss. Well, we can cuss. I don't care. But yes, right. You can call him.
I get mad when I don't remember people I like names. I'm
just call him Papa Stein. Call him, whatever. Papa Stein. Whatever.
You established his negative, but what I'm hearing is that you allowed him to permeate your positive bubble. So why did respectfully? You're a very smart man, very educated lawyer, but why did you do that?
That is a weakness. You're absolutely right. I let him get into my zone of positivity, and maybe there was some doubt underlying my own zone of positivity that I hadn't been aware of before that. He exposed my own weakness.
He did, but he did expose your weakness because you were able to tell me when because there was multiple times where Eden was preparing for this case and he said basically, Alex, get out of here, shut up, Alex. You know, he didn't say shut up, Alex, but he basically, Alex, leave me alone right now. There was a few times we did it, and what did I do? I left you alone. I didn't bug you, and you did not have the ability, I think, to tell my dad to leave you alone.
He did. Yeah, I gave him some space, and then we had some great talks, and I gave him some space. He was very much of a gentleman. He was extra.
Did that once, yeah.
He was very much of a gentleman.
Oh, and then guess what? We also found out that through eminent domain, they're also going to take the house that I grew up in my whole entire life. So today's been a great day. We're going to lose my childhood home, and I lost my federal lawsuit.
Alex, I have a quick question for you. Well, they talked about the Michael Jackson thing. Do you think you should have quoted Aretha Franklin like the?
I know who's zooming who. What song is that?
So the defense lawyer said, as Aretha Franklin said, "Who's zooming who?"
He said that, and then and not only that, he said on the closing.
What the fuck? The fuck song is that? Is that a lyrics or just a quote? The fuck?
And he said "baby back biatch" 10 different times, like quoting me. I don't know. I feel like bitch. The word bitch. I know it's not a very good sounding word, but it's the same word for a female dog. Like you should be able to say, if you can say bitch on TV, why can't you say it in a city council meeting? What do you think, Dan?
I mean, I don't find that to be a derogatory word. Like I say, dogs are called that, but public it's whatever the public is. General public, just he used that word civility a lot, and I think people thought that those.
Yeah, Jeff Cron. That's Stein's dad there.
Settings should be a little bit more not so rambunctious and not so. It went to the civility word.
Yeah, that's because those people are not.
But I think that was a smokescreen. I don't think it had anything to do with civility. I think he used that word a lot, but I think really what it was, they didn't like his position on transgenderism, and they didn't like his position on the vaccine. They thought basically things that we might find funny, the vaccine wrapping situation, they found that to be offensive because they don't. The people on the vaccine, we all lived through this. You lived through this, right?
Yeah.
People who didn't want to take the vaccine were ostracized. They were ridiculed. They weren't accepted into polite society or any society. And you had a group of people who probably all were heavily pro-vax.
Yeah.
You were there. And that
what I was thinking?
That was such a triggering issue for people. I tried to screen them out. You saw that in
Yes, you did. You did go through that. But now looking back, one of the jurors that had kind of a mean scowl on her face the whole time, the one that was on the far left, they might have been trans. Did you notice that?
I didn't consider that.
I'm now looking back. I'm thinking like we need to look at what their first name was because I think there might have been.
What the fuck? These attorneys let a trans person end up on the jury. Guys, you're supposed to weed these people out. It's 2025. Trump's in office. You can say no trans people can serve in the jury or military.
Well, I will give you this. When I saw the names, I thought it was 8 women. And it turned out that there was the one man.
Farland, I remember his name. Farland.
Farland,
Farland, if you're watching this, you did me dirty, Farland. I thought you'd have my back.
Farland, that sounds like a woman's name to me, but what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. Is that Irish?
Farland? I don't know. It just sounds like a name I've never heard before.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight.
All right, let's get to the Bubba set. Oh, I can just go on here. Let's get to the Bubba Stein segment from this morning, correct? Should be in my history. Let's see.
Los deliciosos coconut shrimp han regresado.
Pollo tropical.
Pollo tropical.
They're smart. They don't want to sit in court all day. They said no.
Okay. Hold on. Let's. What were they? Weren't they discussing it a little before? I think I caught some of this before.
A month ago that we had done a little purge of the block list and we had cleared it up. So I want to say that anybody who's been blocked since then kind of deserve.
Oh, wait. Is this Joe's call? Joe, when did you call in? It was 9 o'clock.
Broadcasting live from the Aquavito studios.
Aquavito.com/Bubba.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I have one observation from watching the Tim Pool show.
Contests from Twink Martindale, ladies and gentlemen. I was up 3.
Listen to Joe's call real quick.
4 now.
He told me he got like people unblocked or something. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Jeez.
He won 5 bags of chips, half eaten bags of chips, and $40 from this game so far.
813-90 Bubba. The phone lines. We'll have Alex Stein on about 9:20.
This song is a little better sped up, I think.
Burn one more before him, Lummy, and then we'll be dead on time. Hi, who's this? By the way, and thank you, thank you for making it over 1,000.
I did hear the very beginning of this, Joe.
Thumbs. I mean, that's kind of like the par. That's all we need. As long as we get over a G ball.
That's right.
Nobody will probably be able to get to beat the great Gene Lasker at 2,000 thumbs by 950 or 1,000 thumbs by 1,000. I'm 704. So just thank you for the thumb, and we appreciate it. As long as we're over a G ball, we're cool. Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, are you talking to me?
Yeah. Yes, Joe the Supermarket. What do you
thank you so much.
Fucking Mark Roy, what's up, bro? Darkman, what's happening? Shane is a asshole. Shane who? Is that one of Alex Stein's attorneys?
I have one observation from watching the Tim Pool show when you were on.
Yeah.
And I was watching on Rumble, and there was 21,000 people viewing at once, and the chat was just going crazy. I'm telling you, the people in that chat were being vulgar just to be vulgar, and it was cool. There's nothing wrong with it. But maybe the reason why there's 21,000 people watching is because there isn't 20,000 people banned for not being able to talk in the chat and say what they want to say.
Yeah, well,
not one of those people was getting banned, timed out, or harassed.
And what
in any
type of vulgarity were they spewing?
Oh, it's so dumb. It was just childish. Let's just say penis.
So
we don't police Rumble, by the way.
Well, I think we do block people from
Yeah,
Rumble.
Rumble gets blocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody blocked. Okay.
Yeah, I've been blocked. Just so you know, babyface, I've been blocked for 2 years on Rumble.
I mean, that does.
Can't we give it back to him?
Well, here's the deal. I'm going to run
It's
this.
like a punishment to give it back to him, isn't it?
I'm going to run it by Seth and Lummy. You know, I'm just going to throw it out there. This is an open question for everybody. Lummy, you going to interrupt me?
No, I was going to ask if we could kind of handle it like a court case and let him plead his case as to why he should be reinstated.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to handle it my way. Thank you.
I don't need to be reinstated.
Joe, thank you for bringing up the topic. We're going to talk about it now, okay?
We're going to skip to the Stein segment in a minute.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah, one more.
Babyface is 100% right about the poll. That's been the difference maker from the beginning. That's why Gene Lasker got the summons he got. By the time he got him, breaking the 1,000 and then getting up to the 2, that's why Tuttle got it. That's why Dr. Dan got it. On the days there was no poll, on the last show there was no poll. There wasn't even, you couldn't even crack 1,000 for the whole show.
He is right.
So the poll is a huge difference maker, and why it's such a problem to put it up when the show goes up on YouTube. Now that we have the fact that it actually works, because when we didn't put it there, it didn't work. Then what does that tell us? Do we want to succeed or do we want to fail?
Appreciate your input, Joe. We're going to vote on it now. Thanks. Here's what I got to say, Lummy.
Yes.
And I want everybody to participate. I'm even going to turn Rhett's mic on and let him participate. If he's
I have not heard this part. I want to hear this part, and then we'll get to the Stein stuff.
paying attention.
Brett's been my co-host the last 2 days. That's cool.
Macho, your mic's on. Don't say you don't have an opinion on it. That's not what I want to hear. I want an opinion on everybody.
Macho just went to the back, like behind the sidewall.
Let me get out there with the wireless.
Then when
he's messing with the stuff
when he
over
gets
All right, guys. Everybody in the chat, chill out, please. I know some people ran off. Come on, everybody. Hot garbage. Everybody chill out in the chat, okay? You talk faster than Tim Pool. Yeah, and I have it sped up a little bit. Joe's call is over. I want to hear what happened with the unbanning stuff. Then we'll get to the Stein segment over here.
He's back.
Yes, he knows when to leave.
When he gets back, Rhett can let us know that he's back, and we can readdress the question to him if he doesn't hear it the first time.
All right.
Okay? No excuses. I want to hear any excuses. But that is, do we just unblock everybody and just let it rip? Or do we keep it locked down the way we are? And then within that, do we keep most of them, locked down and just allow one to rip? Being like, okay, we keep YouTube the way it is, X, blah, blah, Twitch, blah, 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 Facebook. But Rumble, you can let it rip. You can literally let it rip.
So
hold on. So I kind of need everybody's true opinion about this topic. So don't hold back. Do not hold back. And the question is, do we let it rip across the board? Do we keep it the way it is, where there's a lot of people that are blocked because there's a lot of trolls and a lot of assholes? Or do we keep it locked down except for one of them, and that's where the assholes go? So it's a couple different 2 or 3 questions within the questions, and I'd like an opinion from everybody.
Well, if I can go on record and say really quickly, I've unblocked Joe probably 2 or 3 separate times within the last month because we've haphazardly had this conversation between shows before. And I had gotten the impression that we were going to clear it up. So we cleared it out. And as people get blocked, they get blocked. It is what it is. But with Joe in particular, he has been unblocked multiple times. So I don't know if somebody's just out to get Joe. I don't know what it is. But, you know, I've had a couple people text me, can you unblock this guy? He wasn't causing any problems. And to my knowledge, or to any of our knowledge, they weren't blocked at all. So I don't know if people are just getting
I've been blocking
like
some people. I've been blocking some people.
Okay.
Yeah, I have been.
Maybe they got in the crossfire of that, I guess.
So what I'm saying is, like,
does Bubba just randomly block you, Joe? What's going on? Oh, Joe, the supermarket's in here. Block.
You know, do we just keep it the way it is? People that are blocked are blocked. If they somehow get themselves unblocked, they do. But, you know, we got to keep a thumb on it because it'll just turn into an absolute hate fest. Everything from Seth's religion to, you know, how fat and stupid I.
Franklin, what's up, bro? Pedro, the pool guy, right? Franklin Hawks, what's up, brother? How's it going?
Am to, you know,
we're doing all Bubba all week, guys. We're doing Bubba related stuff. I did start it off with Stein, but this is we're going to break down this segment. I feel like Bubba and his, I know some part they were discussing the technicalities and actually reading the rules for this. I think it was before Alex came on. So I have a feeling they're going to break this down. I truly have not heard the Stein segment, so I want to see what happens.
To Lummy's an alcoholic, to Macho Man, you know, whatever. Rat, like, you know, their wrath is just they don't care. They'll make fun of everybody.
Well, I got my vote.
So
you want to hear it?
No, I'm gonna go through it.
Oh, I thought we were there.
So Lummy, I'd first like your vote.
I don't mind unblocking everyone. A lot of problems with the blocking. I wouldn't say across everywhere. I think we still need to moderate it, especially when people come in not talking crap, but they're trolls, not just for this show, but just on YouTube. They come and saying the N-words, the F-words on all platforms. And for sponsors or anyone that comes in and tries out our chat, and then all there is
hold on,
is
can't you within the blocking process put down certain words that are unacceptable? I think you can do that. I think
you can on Twitch. I'm not 100% sure on YouTube and Rumble, but I think with people coming in just to say that.
How about this? How about we an addendum to my proposal would be like, we unblock everybody. Everybody starts with a clean slate. Now, if you start rolling up in here and making fun of Seth and making fun of me and saying the N-word and just trying to be a dick, now you're subjected to being blocked again.
And I'm not saying cuss words. The F word is a slur, and the N-word is a slur. And just using slur, not cuss words. You don't get banned for using cuss words.
So what I'm saying, Lummy, is the proposal is, do we unblock everybody and it's a clean slate? And then people can control their own destiny. Yes. If they want to be cool, they can be cool.
The F word is not equivalent to the N word. Okay, guys, let's come on. Let people use the F word. It's coming back, guys. It's coming back. This is Trump's America.
You know, if we unblock everybody, it's not an open ticket that you'll never get blocked again. Because we have good moderators in there and you start talking your nonsense.
You're getting out of jail, but you're still on probation.
There you go.
Exactly.
I couldn't say it any better. You're out of jail, it's an ankle monitor. And, you know, if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, one of our moderator/probation officers will put you back in jail. And so we do that unilaterally. I think we do it unilaterally across.
You're unblocked, but you're on probation. You guys got to pee in a cup. Okay? And we got to watch you pee. Make sure you're not using someone else's pee.
You know, all facets.
Yeah. So
you gotta go pee out in the parking lot by the Lummy's Rock, and you have to let people watch you. And Bo's gonna film it with the security camera to make sure you're not using someone else's pee.
Is that a better? Instead of asking everybody's opinion, is that a better? You know, I just kind of stated in that what we might do. Is everybody in agreement with that, or do people have other ideas? Because I'm open for other ideas.
Jimmy Jam, are you banned? What's up, dude? I don't know if I've seen you in my chat before. Welcome. I'm having shitty connection problems again right now. It looks like, God damn it, connection unstable. Suck a dick. But yeah, welcome, Jimmy Jam. Thanks for joining us. Still banned in the Bubba chat.
By the way, just on the words, I would
all right,
also
let's get to the Stein stuff. Okay, right back from break, I guess. Oh yeah.
broadcasting live from the Aquabito studios, aquabito.com/Bubba. It's the Bubba the Loose Fun Show.
Live from Dallas, Texas, it's Alex Stein, Primetime 99. Chris, Tim Pool's driver, was telling me, Alex, that you're due in like in a week or two into the Tim Pool show.
Hello?
Hello?
Stein?
Under this verdict, throwing him for a
Oh
loop.
my goodness.
Alex.
Clay Jenkins, we don't support
Alex.
Stop trying to silence Stein.
Alex.
You're violating his First Amendment.
Alex, we're on the air.
Say my name. Say my name.
Alex.
Why isn't he picking up?
Alex.
Yeah, we're definitely sending
Alex. Numbnuts, hey, we're on the air. What's going on? We can't hear you.
I can't hear, shoot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, well, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, he's freaking Bubba.
Yeah, I know. He's panicking.
Man.
He's had a rough
You
couple
look
days.
horrible. You're a big fat loser. You look
He
horrible.
looks great. What do you mean? He looked great in the courthouse with the hair.
He can't hear us.
He's baffled right now. He doesn't know. He's having technical issues.
Come on, we're on the air.
Alex's face looks like thinner. He looks like he's in good shape.
We're live.
Where's Paige?
What the hell?
He's been waiting there for 7 minutes.
We are live.
Can you hear
I was
me?
freaking him out, doing all the hand motions and stuff. Come on.
Yes.
I don't know what's wrong with my Bluetooth headphones. It says connected, and the audio is up. I don't know why they're not going.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you didn't get in federal court. I know you're having a bad day. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, babyface, I know you're familiar with losing a lot of lawsuits.
We've already been through it and said that you got screwed.
I'm with people looking at his name on the other side of the courtroom after I face him, but yeah.
Can you hear it?
Alex, I just thought of this joke earlier today. Alex Stein puts the loss in lawsuit.
I want to talk to babyface. I'm going to start a troll right now.
You lost. Hold on. You lost because of one word and their procedural guidelines.
Which word are you talking about?
Brian, read it. You lost because of this
the
one.
personal and impertinent comments.
Hold on. Personal and impertinent comments.
So what I tell you guys, earlier in the show, I'm not going to try to go find the segment because it's already late. But earlier in Bubba's show this morning, the attorney here, Brian Babyface Matroni, the ever so popular Brian Babyface, was going through the rules and regulations for this bullshit, for taking part in the city council meeting things, getting your 3 minutes and skimming through it. Look, I don't know if Alex Stein's attorneys ever read through the rules. I mean, Babyface did it for free on Bubba's show. He should charge Alex Stein like $1,000 or something for this. He's just doing pro bono legal work that his attorney could have done. And even Babyface, I'm sure, would have known to get the trans person out of the jury pool. I mean, give me a break. What the fuck kind of January 6er attorneys did Alex Stein get fucking, Jesus Christ.
Got ya.
Yes, but this is the problem because the jury was too stupid to realize that they even admitted that I was talking about a public.
I'm not trying to talk shit about Stein. Stein deserves, I know he probably don't want me talking bad about his attorneys, but come on, guys, Stein deserves really good attorneys. Stein deserves a baby face in his life.
Yes, this happened 40 years ago. But this is the other problem. We actually put on a pretty good case. The personal yada, 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 they were able to create kind of a smoke screen, like they said. But this is the problem. And this is what it comes down to. And I'm not racist because this is not, maybe I'm a misogynist. I had a jury of 7 women and 1 guy. Of course, they were 1 white woman, 5 African Americans, 1 Hispanic woman. But these women were so low IQ, they had no idea what was going on. And so I'm just saying they didn't understand the law. And then what killed me, though, Babyface, and you can tell me this, was the charge at the end, because even though that they had to come to the conclusion of whether they violated my First Amendment right and whether they're allowed to do that in a limited public forum, but then they start reading about qualified immunity. So that's good. I mean, and they talk about qualified immunity to try to explain to these people that I have to prove that they purposely broke the law, not accidentally break the law. These people are like, oh, I had no chance. If I was in Idaho with an all-white jury, I win that case, but I had no chance.
Yeah, but the language that they have with regards to what public.
So Alex Stein is saying he lost because the jury was mostly dumb black people.
What?
Oh, but that's a rule. But that's a rule. But if it says that they have a rule that no women can speak, but the Constitution guarantees my First Amendment right, that would supersede. A woman could go there and say, "Well, the Constitution guarantees that I."
But when they have a rule that says personable, I mean, Brian, you take it over from here.
Well, the question. I mean, if you're challenging the constitutionality of Dallas County Code, that's one thing. But if you're saying that you were wrongly removed under their own rules, that's a whole nother. And so, if you're challenging,
Babyface is good, man. He's on it. He's exactly right.
Constitutionality of the code, then that's a separate issue.
That's what you should have done first. Got that thrown out.
Well, what we tried to do is they actually had a procedure violation. They threw that out. Just the fact that Judge Fitzwater let this get to the federal level is good, and we're going to file an appeal. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see what happens.
What's going to be the basis for the appeal? What's the
Well,
violation?
we're just going to file the right to do an appeal, and then we come up with our argument.
Okay, but you don't have one
like
like a smoking gun appeal issue that like in your back pocket.
Well, kind of, but I'm not going to release that because some stuff came out in the court case about a police report, and I'm working on some information about that police report and interviewing some of the people that say, because this is the problem, is that I was aware. I don't want to get too much inside baseball because I guarantee Dallas County's watching this. They pulled up one of my old podcasts from a week ago, me saying I spent thousands of dollars and how this is going to cost me, and I said in the podcast, and I didn't think it was going to cost me, but it did cost me. I said, gosh, I hope I don't get a jury that is institutionalized of a bunch of Democrats, and they played that in court of me saying that on a live stream.
Now, Brian, how would that have been? How would that have been?
I don't know how.
That's a bitch there. That's a bitch.
Did they get that? Yeah.
My real question is,
I don't know. That's one thing.
I was
My
asking-
attorney's
hold
right,
on,
and they
hold
didn't even get that approved before.
But
I'm
Alex,
asking Brian.
how-
I'm asking Brian.
Yeah, number one, I would have questioned that and wanted to view the video before it was shown to the court, especially if it's not on their evidence list. Number two, how the hell did you end up with that jury? How the hell did you end up with that jury, man?
Because it was somehow magically 29 people came in. The first 20 were all. They asked everybody, "Are you an Alex Stein fan?" And after about 3 or 4, they asked multiple times, "Do you know who Alex Stein is?" Nobody does it at first. "Do you know who Clay Jenkins is?" Nobody kind of raised their hand. Then like, "Do you guys watch political podcasts? Have you ever seen?" And then all of a sudden, like, "Oh yeah, I know who Alex Stein is." Then people kind of feel more comfortable. I had 5 people: Jewish guy, this guy from California, anti-trans, anti-vax, big fan. All of my guys that I got through, except for one, when asked by the judge, "Could you be fair?" All of the people that said that they're Alex Stein fans because they're conservatives and they're smart, they don't want to sit in court all day. They said, "No, I can't be fair. I like Alex so much." But of course,
You fucking idiots. Oh my God. That's a bitch, man. Are you kidding me?
Employed African American, 250.
Dude, you know what? Come on. Bro, I wish I was on that fucking jury. I'd have convicted Alex Stein. And I would say, "Look, man, your fucking attorney sucked. I had to vote against you."
50 pounds with fake hair. They were like, "Oh yeah, I'm a fan of Clay Jenkins, but I can be fair, and I can only strike so many people." And and Clay Jenkins, this is the thing. Clay Jenkins is the county judge. That's the mayor of the county. That's above the mayor. So these people, he's a well-known figure. And
whatever you do it for less.
People said they were fans of the mayor. What the fuck?
At Harbor Freight.
Level up your barbecue game with bachans. Packed with bold, fresh, umami flavor, it makes every barbecue better.
Someone's a fan of a mayor? Jesus Christ, man. Go get another fucking vaccine.
How many peremptory challenges did you guys have?
3.
We got 3.
That's it? In a media case.
And they got all mine. They were able to get all except for one.
I hate my fucking mayor. I don't hate her, but I mean, she's a fucking joke. She rode the coattails of a fucking crackhead named Lieutenant Dan just to get some clicks on TikTok.
Guys cost you. Your guys failed you because they said I'm not gonna be fair. If they had just said yes, I can be fair, then they stay on.
They should have said I don't know who Alex Stein is.
No, they shouldn't have lied. All they had to do was say they could be fair and impartial.
See, multiple people from mine that said I'm fans and said I like Alex, I don't like Clay Jenkins. But babyface, this is the problem too when it came to the jury selection. Is they asked about the vaccine, this and that. But you can tell there's some jurors that want to be on the jury, so they're willing to say anything to try to get on. It's almost like they're trying to get casted on a reality show. That's the person that I'm like, oh my God, this person wants to be on the jury.
And you need to immediately
my mind.
That's the person you got to get off though.
Right.
Like that's the person when you got to see that they're too eager. The eager juror is the worst juror.
Of course, and I'm telling you, there's 10 unemployed. You look at their job. Anybody that had a job, of course, those are all the conservative people. One guy was a teacher, at Frisco High School. He was a fan. He wants to. He didn't want to sit in jury all day. My point is, I just couldn't believe it. I'm all of a sudden like, wait, this bitch is lying. She wants to be on the jury. What is this? How can a person be so psychotic? And then I'm like, oh yeah, she's a nail tech, doesn't have a job, would rather just sit here, and just have the free lunch.
Nail tech is a job, man.
Well, it's not. But I'm saying they're saying nail tech. I don't think she really was a nail tech. You see what I'm saying? A nail tech's a hard job, but they just put something down, and I'm like, this bitch is doing nails. You know what I mean? You can just tell that they're unemployed and they're embarrassed, so they're putting down fake jobs. None of these women could work a job. These people were. They say that the average American is an 8th grade level. These people in the jury pool, they couldn't read at a 5th grade level. They were so uneducated and low IQ.
Now did there come a point of the trial where 1, you thought you were going to win, and then 2, you thought you were going to lose?
Well, I mean, they kept personally attacking me, and I was like, hey guys, let's not. Like, they played a bunch of videos that happened after this meeting, and my attorneys, which I do think they're smart, they're like, wow, this is actually important because in a lot of those meetings they let you go the whole time, and you were acting crazy, and we're going to prove that you're acting normal, and then they kicked you off after 34 seconds, so they didn't want to hear your viewpoint. We thought that makes the point, but it didn't make a point. These were like,
that is a good point. That's funny. Alex Stein wasn't in a fucking rat costume or something, or a fucking women's bathing suit, a tuck-friendly bathing suit. He went in dressed normally and just dug up some dirt on a judge. That should have kicked him out when he was wearing that fucking rat costume.
oh my gosh, Alex Stein's crazy. They just attacked my character. They asked me, Alex, do you believe the First Amendment believes you can cuss, at a public meeting? I was like, yes, duh. And like they kept on talking about how I called Mayor Johnson a baby back bitch. She's like, Alex Stein wants the ability to call the mayor a baby back bitch. Do you think that that's a civil society? And I'm like, yes, I do. I mean, this is the problem. I was dealing with low IQ, institutionalized people that are probably on some sort of welfare and social services and aren't even successful enough to even, make $1 out of 15 cents. And they wanted to be on a jury, and they were just losers. I mean, there's not one person on that jury that was even would be considered successful.
Now, does this set precedent on further meetings down the road? Like,
no, because there's been a lot of First Amendment lawsuits, and every meeting there's different instances, and they have their county rules. And there's the Texas Open Public Meetings Act, which we didn't use in this trial as our basis for staying in, because that would have let us. So we let them use. We actually agreed to go by their county code, for the personal remarks. But even the Texas Open Public Meetings Act, which we should have agreed to go by those rules, because that's actually the main rules of most meetings. But we had to play ball with it in order to get to the finish line. Judge Fitzwater, and at the end of the day, Judge Fitzwater was fair during the trial. I could tell I could just tell, and he was a nice guy, but I could tell he was a very nice guy. I don't want to actually talk about him, but I could tell he was happy the state won. I could tell that. He was fair the whole trial, but when they won, the only time I saw Fitzwater smile was then. I was like, why is Fitzwater happy?
It's a good old boy network, but it's a good old...
I know, but I could just tell. His whole demeanor changed when they won. He was just like, all of a sudden, he's like all chipper, and I'm like, wow, he's happy. The government won. But I guess he works for the government his whole life, so I mean, how am I supposed?
Brian, your opinion on all this?
I mean, look, I feel for Alex losing. I don't think that there should be these limitations on speech in public forums.
Especially about talking about a public arrest that happened 40 years ago. Listen, I'll even give them this baby face. If I go in there to transgender someone, yeah, man, I mean, I still don't think that's okay. I believe my First Amendment personally. That kind of makes sense. That's harder in court to prove. I was literally reading from an article, not even personally attacking him. I used the word arrest, I believe, 3 times. And they even admitted that
you didn't even get into the fact that he's been accused of being in blackface before.
I did. We did get into that.
Oh,
we did get into that. But it's just what's so ridiculous. It's a very frustrating thing. And yes, I went to that meeting and I talked about public arrest. And they even said that you could do that, but the jury couldn't comprehend that.
I'm 2-0. I'm 2-0 with First Amendment, so I can't,
Did you guys
Who did you sue?
I got sued. I got sued by MJ for calling his wife a whore and a bunch of other things, and I won that one. And then a Florida highway patrolman pulled me over, and I completely raped him over the coals, and he sued me, and I won that one too. So I'm 2-0.
He sued you for what? For slander and defamation?
Yeah, I was saying he was so old that he had a Geritol IV when he was writing me up.
You and I are the same, Bubba, because when I walked out of that courtroom, I'm like, I'm going to see you guys in Commissioner's Court on Tuesday. I won.
I won. I'm 2-0. First Amendment, buddy.
Yeah, but 2-0 as being prosecuted. I'm 0-1, but I was the plaintiff, so it's different.
I'm 4-0. I'm 4-0 total.
You're 4-0. Yeah.
Did you guys depose the commissioners?
No, we didn't do any depositions before. Just
why?
Because here's what I would have done.
Attorneys were being cheap.
I would have sat. I would have sat that.
How much this case cost me? It cost me. Yeah, we're being cheap. We're doing this on a shoestring budget.
I know,
and that's part of the problem, though.
Brian, I know, but at a real law firm, this is a $100,000 deal, and I'm trying to do it for under 20. So yeah, believe it or not, I'm fighting a federal case that takes 3 years on a shoestring budget because I'm not a multi-millionaire. So if I have guys like Donald Trump that are doing legal funds, I'm not going to do a legal fund. I'm not going to go beg for a legal fund.
Brian will tell you. Brian right now is going to tell you what won the case.
You should have gone to Peter Sorch and gotten funding. Number 2,
you should have got funding.
I'm joking.
We're joking. I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm joking.
No, but I would have. I know there's a lot of legal advice places. They're like, oh, we'll pay for your thing. But this is another problem that I'm going to have.
He is
Jesus Christ. Babyface can't even get in a word edgewise. Holy fuck. This is funny. Alex Stein is he is frustrated. But guys, what can you fucking blame him? It's bullshit. And again, Babyface might be right that the problem is the rules are established for the city council meetings. What the attorneys needed to do was challenge the constitutionality of the rules themselves, because the rules are violating free speech. That might have been what the approach should have been. But yeah, it sounds, Alex, it was kind of like the stars aligned for him to kind of lose this case, in a way. But yeah, it's a bitch.
We're gonna have a conversation.
I'm a not super affluent, but I'm a handsome, sexy, smart, young, white male. There's nobody that's gonna be able to. There's nobody.
Put well hung in there.
So
I'm decent sized. I'm not gonna sit here and buy.
I don't think it would have been a ton of money to depose.
No, we agreed to nominal. We agreed to nominal damages even if I want
to depose the gentleman who was running the meeting, shouting you down, and just ask him a couple of questions like, is a commissioner's criminal background pertinent to their ability to serve as a county commissioner?
Boom. Yeah.
And if you get him to say yes, if you get him to be honest.
He did say yes on the stand. He did say yes.
Well, those are the types of questions.
Criminal history is not personal. They admitted that on the stand multiple times, because this is what they have an analogy that they admitted to, that if you went up there and I said your kids are stupid, they'd be like, that's personal, you can't talk about it. But if I went up there and I said, sir, you got arrested on May 22, 1984 because you beat your kids, you could talk about that because that's a public arrest.
Right.
They said about how even though it can be personal, if it's like criminal, you can talk about it. And I was going up there talking about a crime, and the jury's too stupid to understand that. So listen, I don't just want to just take a break for a second, but why is the title Tim Pool, Bubba versus Tim Pool? Well, you're not beefing with Tim, I hope.
No.
He was talking about his experience there.
No, it wasn't. I mean,
and they jobbed you out a little bit?
No, not at all.
No, he said he jobbed him out because you got to get there a day early.
No, you don't have to. I'm going to call Lisa today. You can fly the morning up.
Listen, I had nothing but great things to say about Tim and my experience and his place and the whole 9 yards. No,
Yeah, the versus thing was kind of confusing, but I guess it was supposed to be clickbait. Putting Bubba versus Tim Pool timeline. I think the better way to do it, like when I send in my podcast stuff or when I want to abbreviate my podcast thing for the Bubba Army podcast, I put DMS XBRN. Like, like how they put the title or the for when two DJs make a track together or something, That's how I do it.
I didn't speak one ill word about Tim. I liked him.
Okay, good. Well, that title was confusing. And I think, Bubba, have you read the comments? There's a few haters, but the majority of them were positive. And did you see how many people were like, God, I miss Bubba. I miss Bubba. I used to listen to him every day. Did you notice how many comments like that were on it? There's probably 25. I'm just saying,
dude, people came. You guys remember in my chat, there was a guy that came to my chat one of the nights when I was covering this. And they were like, oh, Bubba, I think they said I haven't listened to Bubba in forever. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I do parody songs for the show. And Bubba's still fucking rocking it in the free world over on the YouTubes. Twitter, I shouted out all the stuff. But yeah, there's a guy even in my chat that saw me covering the Tim Pool stuff that was like, oh shit, Bubba's still around?
Hopefully my guys will go in there and give them a link to where they can, Bubba Army.
They need to. We were responding to a lot of them. Gary was.
I know, but we need to give them further details on how they can find us with a link. Not just, he's on every morning 6 to 10. You need to get, you got to link him up on that. And then maybe we can change. Maybe we should change. Maybe we should change the thumbnail. Maybe that is a little misleading, like it's me versus Tim Pool in an adversarial type way. Because I think maybe it should be just Bubba's experience on Tim's show or something. Because in no way, shape, or form have I said an ill word. I liked him. I felt a little old, but
it's just a clickbait, Bubba.
It's just Bubba versus Tim Pool timeline.
It's not
true.
Bubba
and Tim won't care. Actually, Tim's really laid back. But you felt older in that room. Tim. I mean, really, you and I hang out, and I don't feel like you feel old.
Bubba
goes to visit his mom just so he doesn't feel old.
I liked Libby a lot. I thought she was very knowledgeable.
And she runs a post millennial. You need to be friends with her. She's helped me out a lot.
And I liked Phil, his sidekick dude that's in a heavy metal.
Phil's a nice guy.
Loved him. Loved Tim for the the limited amount. I feel as if Tim's hard to get to know. Like Tim,
he's hard. That's why him and I are friends. But you know how I got to know him. Tim is impossible to get to know. He has magic cards. If you really just try to talk to Tim, he's impossible to talk to. But Tim is half Asian, and the Asians are the smartest and they're the best. They're even better than whites. I would literally I think that they're smarter. And I mean this with all due respect.
Oh, I mean he's so smart. He's on a different level of smart.
But they have one of the biggest weaknesses, Bubba. Asians are all addicted to gambling, and the ones that aren't haven't gambled yet. And so he loves to gamble. He loves it. So when he goes to the casino, that's like casino Tim. He doesn't drink, but when you're at the casino, you're talking, you're having fun. So it's he lets his guard down. And Tim is actually really laid back. That's why next time we're going to do this, we're going to plan it. I was going to call Lisa. We need to go in like 2 or 3 months. And we need to go together because I'm going next Friday with another.
I wonder if Tim Pool brings them little tech deck skateboards to the casino and grinds on the fucking roulette wheel.
Goes to the Blaze, Sarah Gonzalez. But we need to do a double.
Yeah,
we go together.
But see, and then I told him about my documentary. But it seems like he doesn't really interview people that have anything. Like maybe one of his different. I know he's got like 4 or 5 different
different
podcasts or different things. But maybe because my documentary, I think the guys are now saying it's going to be the second week of May. The trailer's coming out here soon, so we're going to start trying to line that up. I don't know if Tim interviews people per se with regards to like
not really, not kind of like that.
No. Dude, it is weird. Let me say, and this is nothing. I'm not talking shit about Tim Pool or anything, but it was kind of weird. Like I expected them to get into some of the stuff about the documentary and or just other shit related to Bubba. It was, I mean, of course, we appreciate Tim Pool for having Bubba on, period. But it was like kind of not really awkward, but yes, awkward if you overanalyze it like I am. Just the fact that, it started, we watched it together, guys. The fucking thing started, the show started. Tim Pool did his ad stuff at the beginning, and then they jump right into the show and let Bubba kind of introduce himself for like a minute, and then they sort of like jump right into the stories and stuff. And anytime that they started to, break down some aspect of a story, and the minute that it really digressed a little bit at all, Tim Pool would bring it right back and be like, all right, well, we got another story to break down here. Here's this story out of whatever the fuck happened here, and fucking trans person in a bathroom. So it's just weird. I just expected. I feel like it's not just weird. If you actually think about it, it's not just weird for us in the Bubba army seeing Bubba go do that. And then it's not so Bubba centric. It's sort of like, we expect that, of course, but I feel like other people should too. Like when you have a guest on your show, and I mean, I don't know, just like it seems like you would have particular topics and stuff that would be specific towards them, that, I mean, of course, Bubba chimed in on every topic they brought up, and Bubba sounded knowledgeable and definitely brought facts to Tim Pool's world, his audience, that they have not heard. The John Morgan stuff and all of that is not, the Tim Pool world is not aware of all of some of the stuff Bubba brought up with the federal judges having so much power. And so we've heard that on Bubba's show, but that's new stuff to Tim Pool's world of people, I think. And so that did make it interesting, and Bubba proved valuable as a co-host for the show or whatever. But it's weird. I feel like when you have a guest that's someone like Bubba isn't just some other random right or left-leaning talking head or political commentator that everybody's used to and knows their positions on stuff. Like Bubba's political positions are a little bit more nuanced, right? I mean, a lot of people say he's way too right now, but he voted for Obama, like he mentioned. And then also he's still at this moment pro-choice. And I mean, I think we could talk him out of it, guys, but Bubba has said that he is pro, having new gun laws or more pro gun control to an extent, which is just, it's a slippery slope. I feel like we can get him off of the slope if we try hard enough. I was hoping Tim Pool would do that for us, but anyway, let's get back. Let's see what they get into.
Superstitious gambler? Is he like one of those that will like do certain colors and touch the screen a certain way?
No, he's not OCD. Okay. I'm kind of like that. I'm a little OCD. Like, I don't, if evens are bad, then I go to odds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little OCD about gambling, but I don't get like I said, Tim's very successful. He wins a lot. I go to the casino, we'll be there for hours. Sometimes I'll win. Sometimes I might be down $5.
I was trying to explain to them that I had a compound too with a weight room and goats and things like that. I don't think they could wrap their head around it, because
I texted Tim. Tim has no idea about Bubba Army and the Howard universe and satellite. Like Tim just doesn't know. I was like, he's a radio legend. He's like, okay, thanks. He just.
But I mean, there was like John Kostika gave like $100 for a super chat and stuff like that. And John didn't read any of that, but he read the one guy that said
hater. I know the one hater.
The troll that said you got a fat piece of shiz in there, and he read that one. So I was like, whatever. But I had a great time. I learned some stuff. I saw his setup. Not really much different from mine. I got a kind of a little.
Guys, I was stupid enough to think that $10 that I did in a super chat would get read out on Tim Pool's show. I was that fucking stupid. Imagine that.
It's the same setup.
Kind of a compound.
Did he say that? I think he's going to move closer to DC, which I think
he didn't indicate that at all. It seems like he's pretty locked into where he's at. But boy, here's my question: is how does he get internet out there?
I guess they have Starlink or whatever.
He must, because he is way out in the sticks, is he not? I mean,
he is. He's not unnecessarily in West Virginia.
And I don't think that they probably got 1 gig, fiber that's running through his neighborhood.
Well, I think he said something about how they had to pay $50,000, I think, for them to be able to run the fiber.
Yeah.
They had to do some sort of special gimmick. But no, I think Tim should actually move away from that place. That White House when you first walk in.
Right now, he does 2 podcasts out of there, and he only uses that house as podcast sets for his 2 different podcasts. And then his main house is that one in the back, and then he's got his big compound.
But did he tell you about the cemetery that's on there?
No.
See, he doesn't tell people about that. And I filmed there. That place is an old place, and there's in the back of it, there's about 10 headstones of people that I guess lived there before that died. There's a cemetery on there that are, I guess it's legal to be there. I don't know, but there's dead bodies that are a cemetery, like a family cemetery on that from a previous family on that.
Maybe the previous people that lived there. I guess it's a lot of land. He's got a ton of security.
It's a lot of land.
So is he
but
freaked
it's not even that far from his house, but it's not.
Is he freaked out from the cemetery? Is he freaked out over that?
No, I think he acts like he likes it. But I'm just telling you, I went and walked by that cemetery and I filmed around it, and I'm not even saying that cemetery is bad, and I don't even like if they're in here, if spirits exist. I'm not anti-spirit or whatever. I'm just saying the vibrational energy is a little different. I don't know how to.
I think he's.
I'm not anti-spirit.
Locked into that place. He's really got it set the way he wants with the skate park and his green room. And I think he's so
Alex Stein flies spirit. Of course, he's not anti-spirit.
Locked in on that place. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Well, I just know that he wants to make it more accessible to guests. So I know that is important. So I mean, I've had serious talks, and he has said this. Well, maybe he won't move, but he would have like a studio closer to DC, so he can interview more politicians. Because that was kind of the biggest complaint too on the show. Is that you were just sitting here talking about politics, and
he could get a Dan Crenshaw in there. He could get an AOC. He could get
a lot of those big.
He could get an Analuna Polina. He could get any. Because he's got 2.4 million subscribers on YouTube on the Timcast, and those.
I think did y'all break 50,000? What was the high mark on just on YouTube? I mean, what did it get to? 48.
It was 40. I think it was 48, 47. It was like right around there.
47,000 live viewers on a YouTube stream. I mean, that's it's pretty strong.
Right. So, and we've unblocked all of the bad people on our YouTube, hoping we'll get some type of grease from the deal, but we don't know.
Bro, those are crazy numbers.
It takes a little while. See, that's the other thing is he's a tough nut to crack. The first time I went on there, you're kind of like, nobody knows you, but you kind of have to ingratiate yourself with, we need to go back on in a couple months though. Bubba, I know you need to just check it up there.
And then we could go. I'll go, but we could stay in like adjoining hotel rooms. That way we could go down to because the casino's not too far from the hotel, but it's too far to walk.
I know, but they have the shuttle. They have a free shuttle at that hotel.
Oh yeah, I just laid in bed and watched movies all day.
Bubba made it sound like he was a prisoner in there, and the reality is he didn't want to move.
Yeah, true.
He went down for a free breakfast and then went back to sleep.
Well, I don't even want to say this, but I'm in such a dark place right now because I'm so upset though. I'm in a dark place, but I can't imagine how dark that hotel maid came in when all those sheets stuck together. I just can't imagine how.
You understand how I am a neat freak when it comes to leaving my stuff.
Now you probably.
I'm not like you. You're a bad guy.
I am a mess. I am an absolute complete opposite of that. This is why I say that. In West Virginia, this is in the other hotel. They used to use the other hotel in the older studio, and it was even more jobbed out than that hotel that you're in. Even though it's not that bad, but this one was a travel lodge. But it was actually a highly rated travel lodge. But so it's clean. It's the first motel, whatever you want to call it, that I walked in, and it has and I have a picture of this. I need to send it to you. It has a black washcloth. I'm like, what's a black washcloth? And it says, don't flush tissues and don't use white towels if you're, I forget the language they use. If you're, servicing yourself, please use this.
No way.
I swear to God. It was, I'm like, are you serious? I got a picture. I'll find it. A black, like instead of, they have white washcloths, but there'd be one single black washcloth. And it said,
no, I mean, he stepped up to the big time at Holiday Inn Express. That place was nice as hell. I was fine.
What the fuck?
And the free breakfast. Did you like the
I went down there. I went down there, gorted on the breakfast and then went back to sleep.
Yeah, I know. It's not bad, but we need to go together and you need to be more shot out of a cannon. You were so respectful on that show. And that was my only other complaint. You're too nice. You need to go in there. And I was hoping you were going to drop something.
Well, I don't know. I didn't want to. He was nervous, man. I was nervous and I was out of my element.
Well, you're nervous. And actually last night I was just watching something and I apologize for me being like this morning. I'm extra, I feel also like a diva because everybody's in that courtroom because of me. But real quick, back to you, Bubba. I'm watching Howard and an old clip of Hogan going on there. He's wearing the Bubba Army shirt. And then I hear Robin do a throwaway comment. Did Linda Hogan go to your wedding too?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Linda, Brooke, Nick.
They bought you a big bowl, didn't they?
Yeah,
that was a gift.
Like a $6,000 Tiffany bowl that I returned, by the way, for the money.
Good. Tiffany bowl.
Yeah.
But was that not awkward for?
How about Anthony Cumia getting one shot, 8 to 10 on a Sunday, and now Big Red Apple Media is syndicating him across America. Isn't that great?
I know Anthony's dominating. I'm telling you, he's going to be successful because Anthony is such a talented broadcaster.
Oh, I know.
And I know. But like even back in the day, because I was Bubba Army and Howard, and kind of like Howie, obviously you were too. I didn't listen to Opie and Anthony as much. I knew about him, but I was like, man, I'm loyal to Howard. I would kind of listen to Patrice, listen to him just a little, just to hear what they are. But I was like, I had this kind of Howard Stern brainwashing. Howard is a talented broadcaster, but Anthony can do impressions. I would say Anthony is Howard Stern if Howard Stern was really the Middle America,
Well, he got himself unbanned from terrestrial radio, and now they're going to roll him out syndication wise.
Impressions.
I actually had him on the air the Friday before his Sunday and promoted the fact that he's on 77 WABC and how people can get the app and stuff. And I actually texted him when the press release came out yesterday, congratulating him. That's a person, a radio person that was blackballed that just needed one chance, just one chance. I know somebody a lot like that just needs one chance to kill it, and everybody will come running.
Bubba does impressions. Bubba, do your Asian.
Shut up.
No, do it.
Yeah. No. But my point is like Anthony is, how Howard Stern is the greatest broadcaster ever, but Howard Stern wants to pretend like he's this, just middle class guy. Anthony is that guy. Anthony is a man of the people. So I think the John Castanedis guy, very powerful guy. You need to ingratiate yourself with him, Bubba. You need to get. I don't
know who they got for mornings on WABC, but I think it's a huge franchise. That's that's.
He's been there for a while.
Yeah, so there's
no nighttime drive there, man. Let's get back into it.
I mean, that's going to be impossible.
Why?
To do.
All right, guys. Let's. They're done talking about all the. It's getting fucking late. I see fat pigs already. Everybody's heading to bed because we got to be in the Bubba chat in the morning. Same with me. So let's get out of here. I will see you guys in the Bubba Army chat in the morning. And do not miss my stream tomorrow night. It's going to be fun, okay? We're going to have fun. I'll probably go on early, by the way, Probably like 7:30 latest, hopefully. So, all right, lovers. Thank you all for the support. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit it on the way out. And yes, this has been Dark Times with Dark Match Steve, your favorite twink. So I'll see you later. Love ya always. Goodbye.